Calvin Dark is an expert on U.S.-African relations. Is joining us from the United States for more on that story. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, my first question has to do with Trump administration's trade relations with Africa. What are the highlights?
Well, really, there aren't many highlights with what the president has done to improve relations between the United States and African countries. And it's very unfortunate because even the initiatives that he did propose, they don't have credibility because of the racist comments and remarks that he has made and just the disregard that he has shown towards African countries. So I think that as far as what we can say were successes, there aren't any. And I actually think that that's not just because of the lack of credibility, but I think it's because Africa and African countries weren't a priority for the Trump administration from the beginning.
Now, how does the Democratic Party and Joe Biden differ on trade policy for Africa?
Well, I think that the first thing is to recognize that, unfortunately, our foreign policy in the U.S. does not prioritize Africa and African countries as it should. But what we can expect from a Biden administration and from the Democrats is at least a better view of the partnership that African countries have with the United States. I don't think that we will see any kind of the disregard that I mentioned. And I also believe that there will be more of an equal footing perspective as far as not only what we have to offer African countries, but what African countries have to offer us. Now, with all of that said, I want to just remind folks that unfortunately in our country, Africa has not been a priority through Democrat or Republican administrations. So it's not as if a future President Biden would somehow be a miracle to African-U.S. relations. However, I do think that the perspective that he has will be a lot more beneficial.
Given the prevailing situation in Africa, where countries are increasing trade and collaboration with China, which candidate offers the most favorable prospect?
I think Vice President Biden as president would still offer more opportunities, and here's why. We already know that as far as U.S.-China relations go, it's complicated. It was already complicated economically with the trade war that President Trump started. But after, with the COVID pandemic, it's complicated that further. And there's nothing that a Trump administration has demonstrated to show that they would even be able to fix that problem, much less influence how China acts in Africa. So I do think that a Biden Democratic administration would be a lot better for Africa. And I think that it would help African countries make more informed decisions about who are the best investment partners. Is it China or is it the United States? And I think that that can only benefit everyone.
Thank you very much for those insights.
Thank you.